there's it's the time of year, as we're recording this, it's that time of year when you order a lot of stuff online. December. And so not to get too far into the technicalities of this, but a long time ago, Gmail decided that if you have an email address that's like first name dot last name, you will also have the email address first name, last name, no dot, and like a couple other variations. And this is nice, except for the fact that there was another person with the same first and last name as me.
I remember this.
Whose email is the same as mine, except mine has a dot between my first and last name and hers doesn't. And so I get her emails a lot. Like, a lot.
That's so wild.
And I've built a profile of her, and I think of her as the cooler Catherine.
How could this be?
No, well, because she's a ballerina who studied in New York. She lives in Michigan.
Michigan, the coolest place in the world.
Well, how I know she lives in Michigan? Is that I get all of her doctor's office notifications.
Oh, no. Jesus. I hope she's okay.
So I'm just I wanted to put this in the podcast just as like a call out to the other Catherine, the cooler Catherine, the ballerina in Michigan, who went to school in New York, and also a ballet some sort of like ballet summer camp in Florida, I think.
Okay.
And I just if she hears this and she's wondering why she never got her confirmation from Coffee Mate order, I know what you bought somebody for Christmas. It was a lot of rose gold colored coffee accessories.
So, Catherine, do you know how to DM? Because we just, in case our Catherine ever gets sick.
In case we just need a replacement for...
In case she ever gets too much of an attitude with us.
There's another Catherine, my last name. There's actually several. I have tried to cyberstalk her before, but there are too many people who have the same combination of first name and last name.
God, I wish that was me. You want more Noels?
Yes, because my students cyberstalk me regularly.
Yeah.
And they're like, Mr. Noel, we found your little idiot, Band FM account from when you were 17 years old. And I'm like, thank you so much, guys.
Okay, how then?
That's really scary. It's just a matter of time before they fucking find this podcast.
That's what I was going to say. How have they not found the podcast?
It's literally just a matter of time.
Because I use a different last name for this podcast.
I know, but it's a matter of time.
Still, you'd think, it wouldn't be that hard.
You have no idea.
Let's not curse.
This line of conversation is making me want to quit the podcast and delete every single episode of it. So I would be careful what you say from now on.
Okay, we're having fun.
So
juicy.
So the order of things we want other Catherine to find this podcast.
Yes.
So she gets this message and knows that I keep getting her emails.
Yes. Other Catherine, please tune in.
Yeah, but if you're one of Noelle's students and you found this,
no, you didn't.
No, you
Get
didn't.
out.
You didn't find it.
No, you did not.
Say nothing.
You'll say nothing, and you'll just, you know what?
You're gonna keep a little smile in the corner of your mouth. That's
Exactly.
a secret
That's
that
a secret.
no one will ever know.
Yep.
Even me
Yeah.
and even you.
Don't forget what you know.
Are they the same students who worked at the school with the Jessies?
Yes.
They're gonna know all about it, dude. They're gonna know all
I'm sure
about
the Jessies have already told all of them.
There's
That's
you guys,
fucking
I just
hilarious.
my only wishes for my life is that I had a common name and that people were less interested
Do you
in
want to
me.
hear something fun? So I've been
Yeah.
thinking about changing my full name, my first and last name.
Ooh.
And my mother's maiden name is Fox, which is a
Yes.
really cool.
Oh.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's a really cool last name.
Mhm.
No shade, Dad, if you're listening. No shade. I love your last name, but Fox is really cool.
Yeah, it's way better.
Yeah, you should have taken her last name.
Dad, you should have if you're listening. But if I change my name, it will be Juniper Fox,
Which is a furry name.
which is first of all a furry name. Second of all, literally the name of an Instagram famous fox,
The animal.
an actual animal.
An animal.
Yes.
Well,
The fox's name is Juniper,
I
and
think,
it's Juniper
I
Fox
think if
on
you
Instagram.
change your last name to Fox, you're just gonna have to be you're contractually obligated to become a furry.
What if you
Yeah,
changed
I
your...
already am a furry.
So what's your persona?
What?
What's your persona?
I used to have a persona named Nessie.
Sorry.
No, you should laugh. And she was a blue sparkle dog, and she had like a big, like harsh cut, like afro on her little head.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
But I've never been an anthropomorphic furry. I don't have anything against them. It's just never appealed to me personally.
Wait, then what's different from...
That's what a furry is.
Oh, you mean you don't draw anthropomorphic dog... Like, you don't draw
Yeah.
anthropomorphic animal people, you draw
like
sparkle dogs.
So basically, you're a Neopets kin.
Yeah, sparkle dogs and like cat boys is like my brand of furryism, which is really like the most garbage brand.
I mean, I just want to bring up something.
I should be the most ashamed. What?
Well, I just have a fun idea for you. Since Juniper Fox is taken, what if you changed your name to Juniper the Fox?
That's
You know, like Sonic.
I'm not sure this is anything.
Sonic
hey, this is
Come on,
no,
Sonic,
this is
Sonic
no,
the
no, no.
Hedgehog.
Hi, it's me, producer Noelle. I'm not sure that this is anything.
producer?
I mean,
Hannah.
I thought Rudy was our producer.
Hannah, I just got a call from the higher ups up at corporate, and they said that this is nothing.
Okay, it's definitely something, so fuck off. I mean, I wanted to say it earlier, but I was waiting for a break in the conversation.
Hannah has a lot of
It was
talents.
very funny.
Most of them
you were
just
saving
revolve
that
around.
one.
Okay, listen.
You had that one. You had that one in the chamber for a while.
If
Did you?
I had been able to say it earlier, I think it would have been funny.
Hannah.
And I just wasn't ready to let go of it.
Hannah, it's okay. You're really good at measuring the distance of things.
Yeah, you're right. I can estimate the distance
and
between
that's-
things really well.
You have
so
to be
like,
good at everything.
yeah. Well, I mean,
We should call you Hannah the Measurer. You know, like Sonic the Hedgehog.
fuck you.
Okay, and
Anyway.
also bad name, Hannah the Ruler.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cat,
I'm like,
we had it.
Yeah, we had it. We had it.
We had it.
I just want to bring
High
up,
five me, bitch.
like,
Sorry.
I just want to bring up that if you think it's nothing, why don't you just edit it out of the podcast, Noelle?
Yeah, well, maybe I will, Hannah. I've been known to do that once or twice.
So,
Only once or twice, no more than that.
this is, dear listeners, this is exactly what listening to any conversation with us is like.
Okay, and scene.
Okay.
This was all for you, other Catherine.
Hey, let's play some D&D.
Ding.
Sorry.
Ding.
Wait, let's do one where we just introduce ourselves and it's very normal.
Sure.
Okay.
Everyone act natural.
Everyone be normal.
Everybody be fucking normal.
Okay.
Okay. Hi, my name is Kat, and I am your DM.
Hello, my name is Noelle, and I play Hannah, fighter wizard.
Wow, that was so normal.
That was
What the
very
fuck are
normal.
you?
I'm a normal. I play
Ha.
normal.
Hi, I'm Juniper, and I play Corbin, who's a druid and a human. I haven't specified this in so long. Do
I
you
know.
think anybody even remembers?
I know, right?
And he's level 10.
A druid.
Are we human or are we Corbin?
Or are we? Yeah.
You die a druid.
You
Or
live
you
long
live
enough
long
to see
enough to
yourself
become a dancer.
Corbin.
Hi, I am normally being Hannah today, and I place like a level 10 half-orc fighter.
That was a very normal one that
We loved it.
requires no context.
A real
from the
normal.
listeners.
So I feel it's going to be really jarring for them.
No.
Are you suffering from high-quality podcasts? You see, quality podcasts stimulate parts of your brain, leading to an irksome condition called thinking. But suffer no more, my friend. Introducing Discount Storytime's blend of fictional nonsense and rancid gibberish to provide soothing relief. Try Discount Storytime today. Available on most podcast catchers and at discountstorytime.com.
Consult your healthcare provider before listening to Discount Storytime. Not intended to treat unicyclitis, pickleball liver, or jittering expectations.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, like, wow, it's like, who are these
They were
normal
like, who the
people
fuck is
talking?
this?
Everything they said sounded so normal.
I know, they'll be like,
fucking insane.
oh, fuck.
Shit.
What podcast is this?
Hey, so last time you went back up into the Titacairn, you stopped by the break room, you took a short rest.
Yeah, we should take a rest after we heard screams
Yeah.
of
Oh,
pain.
We needed a little break.
Yeah, that's right. You heard screaming of Swan Rocks and screaming in pain
We
somewhere.
didn't know it was him.
And you went, yeah, time for a break. So you
Oh
went
my
to the
God,
break
like,
room
we
and you
went-
took some snacks.
I had a strong suspicion that it was Swan Rocks.
God damn it, guys.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't either. I feel bad.
Well,
I don't feel bad.
Let the record show that I feel bad.
you enjoyed some snacks, though. And afterwards, when you got done with your snacking, you slithered back out into the Titacairn just in time to see the Councilman Tern, as he chomps down on a finger as he was coming up from a prison underneath the anti-magic tree thing. And it was, it was fine and normal and good. Everybody was good and fine and normal about it. And then you went and rescued Swan Roxon. And it was not horrible or traumatic for anybody involved.
It was really awful.
Yeah, it was.
Catherine, please.
It was really bad.
So then you tried to stealthily escape, and that didn't go so well. So Fran summoned a demon, and then you less stealthily escaped.
Yes.
As the demon...
Just the way it always goes.
Ain't that just the way? And then you went back to Selni and Mary. Selni freaked out a little bit, and that's where you are now. So, I do want to introduce a new mechanic before we get started. So you guys are currently, after your actions in the Titacairn, you are under suspicion. There's a mechanic that I'm going to be tracking called Suspicion. Anytime you do something that is overtly magical or suspicious, you will gain a point of suspicion. That includes, like, if you fail certain checks for stealth or anything like that. I am not going to update you on when I am tracking Suspicion beyond this first update, so you guys know where you're sitting. You are at 10 out of 20 Suspicion.
So do we know what are the consequences? Like, when will consequences?
If you hit 20 Suspicion,
Yes.
you will be caught.
And you will die immediately.
Well, we'll get into that more.
Can we do anything to get
And
negative suspicion?
Yes, you. If you would like to lower your suspicion, you can do things such as changing your disguises. You can do things like acting inconspicuous. If you do like performance checks and stuff,
blending in with crowds.
Performance
Sitting on
check to
benches
act
next to
normal.
other people.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just like blending in, actively blending in. That's
We're
fine.
good at that.
It's gonna be difficult. And we gain, is it 1 point of suspicion every time we do something?
There will be some amount of my own discretion. If you do something like, throw an ice spear into the middle of 35W, you may gain more than 1 point of suspicion.
I don't know what you mean.
But you'll tell us how much suspicion we gain, or
No.
Okay.
I will
okay.
not tell you from here on.
We just
telling
have
you,
to use our best
It's
judgment.
a fun guessing game.
Yes.
I love it.
So just keep that in mind. You are starting with 10 of 20 suspicion.
Got it.
Okay.
So, let's get started. Selni, she paces back to you guys after she had paced away to have a little freak out. And so she paces back over to you guys, and she takes a deep breath, and she says, okay. All right. We need to lay low. So, shut your mouths and follow me. And she leads you guys through the some more back alleys, staying out of the streets. And can you guys just make me a real quick stealth roll?
I think we have Pass Without Trace.
Yeah, we still have
Yes.
pass. 14.
I got like 26.
Okay.
And I got 21.
Okay. All right. Everybody is passed.
Phew.
Phew. So you guys are able to dart quickly between the alleyways and the streets, staying out of sight and laying low as you observe the pandemonium of your actions spilling out as blue-robed members of the Titacairn are running through the streets, grabbing people, grabbing guards, running back towards the Titacairn. Clearly, you have caused quite a bit of uproar. Selni eventually gets you into a very narrow back alley and pushes you up a probably like 6-inch wide staircase that has been carved into the side of the rock. It is exposed and heads upwards into the ceiling, but it is bare. It is barely visible even as you are grabbing it. So will you please all make me either athletics or acrobatics.
Okay. I got 14.
You got a 14, okay.
I also got a 14.
Okay.
I got 20, but not natural.
All right. So, Corbin and Mary go first, very, very carefully edging along this very narrow stairs, and then Selni goes behind them, and she keeps her eyes down, looking at Fran and Slake, and you guys are a little bit less steady on this narrow ledge. I'm gonna say, Fran, you're in the middle, and Slake is at the back, and Fran, as your foot slips out from under you, and Slake, you are at the back, carrying the unconscious Swan Roxon, slung sort of fireman carry over your shoulders. So when Fran starts to slip, you have to negotiate both catching her and keeping Swan Roxon up, and the three of you sort of tip over really dramatically, and then lean all the way back to regain your balance. And a few little pebbles patter down from the ceiling and into the streets below you.
We're fine.
And Selni gives you a hard look, but nods, and you continue the rest of the way up the staircase.
I give Selni a hard look back.
When you reach the top of the staircase, you enter a cramped crawl space chiseled out just high enough to crawl through. It is hot, and you can hear the gurgling of water and steam pipes above your head. You crawl along on your hands and knees for probably 5-10 minutes before Selni finally opens a hatch in the wall, and you all spill out into what looks like a pantry. But half of it is filled with tools. Wrenches, pliers, spools of wire, and chunks of scrap metal are all meticulously organized into bins and racks right next to stores of potatoes, carrots, and cured meats. You tumble out behind one of these racks, and Selni puts a finger to her lips, indicating for you to be silent.
We're silent?
You're silent? You're silent?
Yeah. Response is silent.
We're silent.
All right, Selni nods, and then she gets up to her feet and eases the door of the pantry open. And she calls out very softly, "Yoshimi." And then she closes the door behind her and leaves you guys in the pantry.
Okay.
Do we still stay silent?
I mean, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
I start feeling around for stuff.
Ouch!
Ew.
Anyway, I don't know about you guys, but do you ever feel like, when someone needs a god killed or like a war fought, it's like we're heroes. But then when you want to make a decision, it's like you're children. And I don't know about you, but like I've seen some shit. And I don't really feel like a child at this point,
I don't know what I feel like anymore.
Ew, I felt something else.
Stop it!
I mean, I'm just saying, like, when you think about the adults that we've encountered, are they really doing
Anything?
any better a job than us as quote unquote children?
Isn't Corbin 18 now?
Yeah.
I'm literally an adult. Legally.
Yeah, you're right,
According to
Corbin.
the United States of America. I can smoke.
Is that why you sound like that?
Yes.
By that logic, Corbin's been smoking since he was like 15.
Yeah, they don't make them like the Crow blunts. Just roll up a leaf in the woods, light it on fire,
Mary casts...
Literally smoking. Just smoke. Just smoke,
Huffing
nothing
fire.
but smoke.
Just inhaling campfire smoke since birth.
Stupid.
Mary casts the light so she has enough illumination for you guys to see her hands, and she signs, "You guys are really bad at being silent."
I'm sorry, Mary. You're right, Mary.
Yeah, sorry, Mary.
And she signs, "It's so easy, you guys. I've done it my whole life."
It's hard to be silent because this is an audio medium.
It's really difficult.
Mary, do you feel like a child?
Mary hesitates and then signs, "I've never had the luxury of being a child."
Yeah, fucking say that again.
Mary signs, "Literally, I can't because I am the only one here being silent."
Sorry, Mary.
You're right, Mary.
And as you're apologizing, the door opens of the pantry, and a woman blinks at you in surprise. And she has long brown hair with streaks of white. And her look of surprise transforms very quickly into a warm smile. She says, you must have come with Selni. I was about to serve up some stew. I suppose go ahead and wash up and I'll get some extra bowls. And she opens the door wider to let you out of the pantry. And you can lay your friend out on the sofa.
I would like that.
Thank you.
Do we still have to be silent?
No.
So you guys spill out of the pantry and into a cozy nook of a kitchen, which looks like the center of a battle between forge and fire and hearth and home. A pot of soup bubbles away on one burner of the stove, while next to it there is a pot of something purple and unidentifiable. The counters are covered in a baffling array of cutting boards, metal ingots, kitchen shears, and bolt cutters. Half-finished projects lay across the wooden table, some of which look very similar to things you picked up from Daniel. You recognize another version of the gauntlets that Corbin now wears, and the head of an axe that looks very similar to Slake's.
Corbin goes for that purple pot, and he says, "Is this the soup?"
And the woman puts herself bodily in between, and she goes, no, that would be, I'll be honest, I don't quite know what that is. That is my wife's project. Why don't, the washroom is just that way. I'm forgetting my manners. I'm sorry, you surprised me. My name is Elizabeth, and you are?
Corbin. And hungry for that purple soup.
Stay away from that, Corbin. I'm Fran.
I'm Slake. Nice to meet you.
This is Mary.
Mary waves, and Elizabeth nods and goes, I see. And, well, I suppose we can discuss questions in a little bit.
I don't know what questions you'd have. I think it's pretty clear from where we were, and
So everything seems pretty
yeah,
self-explanatory.
everything's pretty out there.
Yep.
Which way did you say the washroom was?
So the door that she gestures you through actually leads into a living room, where you see Selni sitting at a table with another dwarven woman. This woman has astonishingly red hair and a full beard, decorated with braids tied into gold bands. A pair of amber-tinted goggles rest on her head, and she's resting her mechanical left arm on the table. The metal fingers tap against the wood, and she offers you a tight smile as you enter the room. And this character was created by the winner of our 100th episode contest.
She sounds cool.
Nice. I wave awkwardly and say, we were silent, but it didn't work.
Selni sighs and goes, yeah, suppose I should have expected that. And the woman waves her mechanical hand at you and says, you must be Selni's new partners. I'm Yoshimi Forged Fist, and I suppose you met my wife, Elizabeth, and I suppose she told you to wash up for dinner. The washroom's just through there, and she indicates to another door.
Yeah, we'll just go do that.
Fran immediately barges in there, and she's like trying to take like a full body shower.
Replace your hair.
She's trying to like she hasn't had any like baths, no
No
soap.
water.
You just do that in all your clothes.
Oh yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And Mary just washes her hands, and as you have been crawling through tunnels and such.
Yeah, Slate
Very
probably has
recently.
some blood on them.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
carrying around Swan Roxon.
All right, so you guys wash off and go back into the living room. The living room is a continuing mix of that confusing battle between home and industry. There's a large, soft, knitted blanket draped over the sofa where you've laid Swan out. And on the arm of the sofa, there is a mechanical cat. And the large wooden table where Selni and Yoshimi sit is covered with more unidentifiable scraps of forge and artifice, except for the spots where Elizabeth has placed 3 wooden bowls. And as you are entering, you watch Elizabeth come back in and start to try and clear things off the table to set down another 4 bowls. And as Elizabeth is grabbing things, Yoshimi grabs them right back and sets them just where they were in a loving dance that the two have clearly practiced many times, until Elizabeth finally throws up her hands and goes back to the kitchen.
We don't want to interrupt your setup here.
And Yoshimi waves a hand and says, "Oh, it's fine. Have a seat."
Did you make your cat?
Oh, yes. Well, Whiskers is less than functional right now, but I'm working on the finer details, and I think I'm going to get him right just soon. But he does look very handsome there on the sofa, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Thank you. Selni's not so impressed. And Selni shrugs and says, "It doesn't actually have any use."
Art doesn't need to have a use.
Thank you. Yoshimi shakes her head and says, "So, you're the new Justice Squad, huh?"
You know, we've heard that before.
Yeah.
We kind of have our own name already.
Yeah, is that a thing?
It was never called a Justice Squad, Selni says.
Apparently it was.
Once again, what happened to them? Whomst were they?
Oh, Selni hasn't told you?
Selni doesn't tell us much.
No.
It really doesn't.
And Elizabeth comes back in with filled bowls, which she wedges into the spots at the table around the various artifice. She says, "Yes, that sounds like Selni, doesn't it?" And Selni sort of shakes her head and goes, I didn't come here to be roasted." And Elizabeth says, "Well, then you shouldn't come to old friends."
It's like smiles.
"I'm sorry to impose on the two of you," Selni says. "We just didn't have a lot of options." And Yoshimi glances at her wife, who comes by and squeezes her shoulder and then bustles back out to the kitchen. And Yoshimi says, "We have been hearing a lot of hubbub coming up from the industrial tier. I had wondered what that was about." And she looks at the four of you and says, "Well, eat up, I guess. You'll have to tell me all about it."
Thanks.
And Selni shakes her head and says, "We really shouldn't. I don't want to get you guys involved any more than I already have." And Yoshimi waves her hand, and a spoon comes out of one of her mechanical fingers. Yes. Like her,
Nice.
and she starts to eat her soup and says, "All right, so you got names?"
We introduce ourselves again. And Fran kind of like pushes her food away. She's not really hungry.
Really? Why?
You know, there's one or two reasons. And she is like, seriously, who are you people? Why are we here? Are you guys the Justice Squad?
Selni shakes her head, and Yoshimi shrugs and says, "Selni and I are old friends, and the little access tunnel that you took up here has been it's been there for a while, and anytime Selni needs a safe place to stay, she'll come knocking on our bottom door, I guess. It's not really our back door."
Interesting.
Zombie bottom door.
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't understand. Well, thank you for having us, I guess.
Of course, any friend of Selni's is a friend of ours.
Wait, that doesn't actually answer any of the questions.
Are we
just
gonna die horribly as members of the Justice Squad?
Selni gets up and leaves. She walks out.
Well,
Fran, that's a yes.
That's an answer.
A big yes.
And Yoshimi, she sets her hand spoon down very gently and says, "So she's really hasn't told you anything, huh?"
Could you tell us?
I mean, I don't know all of it, but I can tell you what I do know. How old are you? Do you remember? Gosh, that must have been 20 years ago. I was 15, so gosh, Selni must have been before she crossed 100.
Huh?
What did she cross?
100
100 ducks on the road?
years alive.
What?
And she looks at you guys and goes, "Are you not from around here, huh?"
Wait, how long do dwarves live?
And she looks at you, disguised as a dwarf.
I mean, we were adopted
And Yoshimi,
by orcs.
okay. You know how I'm 135, so I say I'm 35 because we don't count the first 100 years.
Of course.
Yeah, that's common dwarf knowledge that we all know.
We phrase it differently where we're from.
We say 13 instead of 100. We
30.
don't count the last number of the 100. It's backwards. It's funny.
Math, am I right?
And Mary starts signing laughter. She's just shaking her hands back and forth. And she nods very slowly and goes, okay. It's just, we were all a lot younger then, suffice to say. And Selni wanted to make things better. So, like any young person does, she came up with a plot to overthrow the king.
Good for her.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We all wanted to open Dwarven society up to the surface more. I mean, not completely. Surfacers and their gods and all of that silliness.
Crazy.
Yeah. Those gods would never infiltrate Dwarven society, for sure.
I just think it's silly. I mean, us dwarves, we've proven you're able to create any marvel you put your mind to without the magic of the gods. I mean, what are they more than just avatars of what we can already do?
I mean, some of them are really cool and nice.
Yeah, some of them are really, really nice and cool. Not that
like,
we know any of them.
you never know. Like they could like have like
They
a
could
good
be-
sense of humor.
Yeah, or like,
Be really thoughtful.
yeah.
And she gives you another look.
People are just people.
People are just people.
Hey, that was just a funny joke. we're kind of, it's kind of like an in
We
joke
come
that
from
we have.
a jokester clan of dwarves.
Yep, the jokesters. That's what they
They
we,
call us
they
that.
fell into these big vats that are down in I'm that star up in the sky. I'm that mountain to say goodbye. Hey, I made it. Now I can just walk. I'm the world's greatest.
So after that, she says, anyway, as I was saying, the goal was to at least be able to allow people to leave and come back through the gates. As it was before, which clearly you don't remember.
We're young.
We're adopted.
We're adopted and we're young.
Just some young adoptees.
Right. Well, we couldn't come back if we chose to leave, and Selni she'd made her name smuggling people back in. People who regretted going back up to the surface. She learned a lot doing that and saw a lot of pain and a lot of people with a lot of regrets.
And squatted a lot of justice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her and the 5 of them.
What happened to them?
Well, they got caught.
By the king?
Yes.
The current king?
Yes.
They live a long time, Slake.
The implications.
Yeah. Well,
Should we kill the king?
Did he kill them?
3 of them were executed publicly.
Publicly.
After that, the rest of us, we went to ground as much as we could, but
You said us.
I helped them.
You
built
were
weapons
in
for
the
them and-
Justice League. I'm sorry, the Justice Squad.
Get it right, Corbin.
I'm so fucking
I
sorry,
was,
such an
I
idiot.
was just a kid at the time, and I wanted to make things that were useful for people. That's how Selni and I met. So after that day, Selni, I don't know how she did it, but she bargained with the king and made sure the rest of us were safe by becoming his wife. That was how it ended.
Jeez.
Shit, so now we gotta kill the king and deal with the other stuff we were dealing with?
I think it makes it simpler.
Actually, yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Oh, wow. That's nice, actually.
Sometimes things just work out.
Sometimes things just work out that way. Huh?
And Yoshimi looks at you as you're saying this and says, I'm not Selni's husband's biggest fan, but I'm going to have to raise just a slight objection to you talking about regicide here.
That was a wacky joke.
in
Yeah,
my
remember
house.
we're from the jokes.
It's an in-joke.
We're like
We're from the
jokesters.
Jokesters clan.
I mean, and we would never kill. I mean,
We've never committed. Have we committed regicide before?
anyway,
Mary taps her knee, Corbin, and then signs, I don't think so.
I didn't think so either, but I wasn't sure.
even in the context of our wacky joke, I mean, we might just, say, imprison the king or like,
Right.
Depose him.
Yeah.
possibly.
Depose him.
in like a silly way,
Right. Like for funsies, but then also permanently.
but not for real though, just as a joke.
But like permanently, but as a joke.
As a joke though.
And at this point, Selni comes back in, and she sits down at the table and says, so you've redone your bathroom. It looks really nice.
I look at Selni with like just big watery eyes.
Oh no.
And she reaches for like Elizabeth. Elizabeth comes back in with a big loaf of warm bread, and Selni immediately like reaches for it and tears it, and you see like steam coming out of the bread, and Selni like just does not react. And she like tears off a hunk of bread, and she goes, yeah, that tile I got you looks really nice in there. Those Madrians, they may have some funny ideas about who they worship, but they do know how to make great tile. And she like rips off the hunk of bread and sets it in the center of the table. I like the colors you chose too.
Selni,
Yes, Slake, I bet you really liked those tiles.
I promise not to die.
How do you feel about regicide? But as a joke.
I just wanted to say I'm sorry if we didn't consider your experiences.
I like what you've done with the ceiling too. I feel like next time I'm up there, I can maybe get you some drop tiles that will help with the noise from your upstairs neighbors.
Selni, you're so strong, I say, and my eyes are still all big and watery.
Strong Selni always and a forever. Also, regicide? Question mark? Nobody's really answered
Corbin,
me.
maybe give it a minute. I'm gonna tone it down.
Sorry.
Selni chews on her very hot bread, and she swallows and says, all right, Yoshimi, Elizabeth, these 4, 5, and she points over to Swan on the couch. Keep him out of sight for me. And she gets back up, and she says, stay out of sight. And as she looks at each of you in the eye, individually.
Selni, where are you going?
Out.
Because, we can help you and stuff, and you don't gotta do everything alone.
Just let me go find out what's going on before we decide what to do next.
Okay.
And she gets up and heads towards the door when there is a knock at the door.
Hello, my pretties, and welcome to the mid-roll. It's me, Noelle, your host, friend, and woman who lives inside your closet up in the top part where you usually keep your stuff that you don't quite want to give away and like your pictures that your mom gives you. That is my home, and I will defend it with my life. Anyway, so this is Dames and Dragons, and this is the mid-roll. And it's time for me to thank some beautiful people who have done a service for me. And that service is they subscribe to my Patreon that I share with my friends who also live in this closet with me. So thank you so much to Connor, Elena, Kawaii Caitlin, Everlasting Ray. I went away from the page. No! Oh, I'm back. Caleb. Wait, did I say Caleb already? I didn't say Caleb. Caleb, Sangaluna, Rory the Badger, and Andrew. Thank you so much. You guys are the people who keep me in closet and home. I also want to thank some beautiful reviewers on Apple Podcasts. So thank you so much to Crow Clan 5 Ever, Sid the Dude XD, and Blue Sky Queer Nerd, who said amazing podcast 6 out of 5 stars. Thank you very much. It did touch my heart. So thank you. And just to not transition well at all and to go back to what I was previously talking about before with the Patreon, Great things are happening over on Patreon. We got tons of extras going up. We got a video content tier for $5 that like I finally went back and like edited all the live streams so that they don't have a loading screen at the front of them anymore, and like they have like thumbnails that make sense and stuff. So if you are craving that sweet video content of us, Dames and Dragons, it is only available on Patreon. And never mind about Patreon, we're done with that now. I think there's a gas leak in this closet. Something's happening. So now I would love to read a beautiful message that was purchased on our store, damesanddragons.store. This message is from Laura, and it's for Kevin. Hi, Kevin. Laura is wishing you a happy, presumable, very belated Valentine's Day. Thanks for sticking with her so far in this dumb little universe of ours, and thanks for introducing her to this lovely podcast, which keeps her sane in a way only 4 goofballs with a lovely podcast would. She did not say that it was a lovely podcast. I'm so sorry. And keeps her sane in a way that only 4 goofballs with a podcast could. Anyways, Laura knows you listen to the Admirals because you're sweet like that. That is pretty sweet. So luckily, Laura won't even have to tell you about this. You're absolutely the best, and Laura is so lucky to be your partner and friend. Boing. Cow. Silly noises were requested, so I hope you enjoyed that, Kevin. That's from Laura. So yes, if you too would like to send a message to your beloved one, you can head on over to damesanddragons.store and purchase your very own. And now a lovely message from Geekspective.
Welcome back to Beholder to One Shot, where I'm joined by guests in the TTRPG community, and we play usually non-D&D one-shots.
Is a conglomeration of many Furbies.
Oh fuck.
15.
Dang it.
We're 2 baby adventurers.
We're level 4.
Is that the right direction?
Shh. Oh wait, we're speaking telepathically.
Search your feelings. You know it to be true that one of you has a really annoying voice.
No.
Each of you roll a die and explain why I shouldn't be the one to stomp you, or if you like get an extra die for that.
I got a 6.
There's a good reason.
5.
It's also pretty good.
Got a 4.
Slightly.
It's okay.
I made it to another town, but it's not stopping. Is it me? Am I causing this? Am I the reason? And they go into ramblings of a person who thinks that they are the one that is causing this chaos. Check us out wherever podcasts can be found every other Thursday on Beholder to No One.
And last of all, a message to Chantel. Chantel, the code word is wolf down words, and the sleeper agent is now active. Yeah. I dive for the pantry.
Yeah, Corbin also runs into the pantry.
I see that that's what we're doing, and I decide that I must join.
Mary takes a minute to grab the big knitted blanket on the couch and throw it over Swan.
Oh, Mary's so smart.
Mary's such a genius.
And
Such a
Selni then like grabs Mary and like shoves her back towards the pantry as like all of you just head straight to pantry.
We're
We're pantry boys now.
We're pantry boys.
Now you live in the pantry. Can you guys make me a stealth roll?
Do we still have Pass Without Trace?
I thought it lasted like an hour.
Oh, no, you're right. It's only for an hour.
Okay, yeah. So then you guys do not have Pass Without a Trace on you anymore.
Oh, all right. Okay. Well then, 14.
Okay.
I got a nat 20.
All right. Nice.
Cool. I got a 4.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, you guys make a lot of noise on your way back to the pantry.
Well, excuse me, Fran makes a lot of noise.
I would say actually, Fran and Mary both make a lot of noise on their way back to the pantry.
Not my fault. Maybe you should have a recaster spell.
I'm sorry, I don't know how the passage of time works.
That's fair in this
Who
podcast.
does?
That's fair. But anyway, so you hear the sounds of discussion. for about a minute, and then the door closes. And Elizabeth comes to the pantry and opens up it and says, "All right, you can come out now, my little potatoes." And she ushers you all out of the pantry. And Yoshimi has come back to the table, and she spreads out 4 wanted posters.
Do we look cool?
Yeah, how do we look? How do we look?
Cool. Can we make these into shirts?
It is your dwarven forms.
Yes.
You know, not your real faces, obviously. But your dwarven faces stare back at you from these wanted posters.
Looking cool?
Roll me a performance check. Just somebody. Anybody.
Oh, not me.
Just one person.
I have 1.
All right, Corbin.
The performer among us.
I'm the performer.
8.
With an 8, they look just like you.
Yeah.
They are 100% accurate.
Yeah.
What is that supposed to mean?
What the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean, cat?
That means you do not look any cooler than you normally look. They
So
got
we look really cool.
You look really awesome.
We look really cool and hot.
I think these disguises have seen their time.
Yeah, it's probably a good plan.
We probably should change it up.
Yeah.
Fran? Well, can we stay here for 8 hours approximately?
Elizabeth looks at Yoshimi, and the two of them have a psychic married conversation that you are not. You are
psychic married conversation.
Yeah, you cannot penetrate the psychic bond of true love between them, but you can roll a persuasion check
to get them to let us sleep here.
Hospitality has its limits.
Yeah, sure does.
Oh, fucking natty 20.
Oh, yeah, okay, well, fuck
natty
that.
20.
I
All
ain't
right.
even rolling.
Give me an impassioned plea with a natty 20 in mind.
I look up at Elizabeth and Yoshimi with big watery eyes, and I say, we really, really appreciate that you've let us come and fed us a meal. If we could stay just a little bit longer, there was a lot of stuff down in the Taidacairn, and we're really tired. And I think we could do a lot better job helping Selni if we had a little time to rest. And then we'll be out of your hair, I promise.
Elizabeth nods and says, "Yes. Any friend of Selni's is a friend of ours. There's an attic. I'll bring down the ladder for you, and you should be all right up there."
Thank you so much.
And Selni is looking at these wanted posters, and Yoshimi looks down at them too and says, "I see there's only 4. And Selni nods. Says, "Yeah. Don't know how that makes me feel, but we'll take it as a boon. All right. Stay inside. Lay low. I'll be back in a bit."
Stay safe, Selni.
And she actually heads out through the kitchen. There's a back door through the kitchen. She does not take the front door.
I want to ask Yoshimi, is there anything you could do with adamantine or mithril, but you can only have it for 1 minute?
What does that even mean?
Just like as a favor from me to you. Like, I don't know, you got like science stuff going on. I'm just feeling thankful. And I'm about to get all my spell slots back.
I don't think there's really anything that I can do with that, but just a random question completely unrelated to anything at all.
Yeah.
Where the fuck did you get those gauntlets? And she points to you, Corbin.
What? Am I? Oh, these gauntlets.
We bought them from some asshole.
Yeah, we bought them from this asshole.
Can you tell me, like, what does that asshole look like? Is he
like picture a literal asshole, like the whole of
He
an ass.
doesn't look like that.
He's blonde.
Oh, okay. Well, that answers one unanswerable question about where all of my prototypes went.
Dawson stole them from you?
Fuck that dude.
Do you need us to get them back?
Well, I mean, you kind of have them right here.
Oh wait, can we keep these ones?
But like we need these
We
ones.
need this,
though.
and we paid money.
What if we got
What if we
our
killed
money back
Dawson for you? What if
from
we steal
Daniel?
from him?
Look, I don't. Here's the thing. I'm less mad about the fact. Okay, well, I'm pretty mad about them being stolen. I'm more mad about the fact that they were unfinished prototypes. So leave them downstairs. I just want to tinker with them. I just want to.
Oh, absolutely.
If I
yes.
have to have my products out there, I don't want substandard garbage.
Do you need 1 minute of mithril?
That will not help me at all, but thank you.
I can get you 1 day of rope.
These are very weird. very weird time limits. And I'm going to choose not to ask questions about this because I think the more questions I ask, the less okay I'm going to be with staying in my attic.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Look, I have a gun, and I put it on the table.
Of course you do.
And I reach behind me and I go, and my axe.
Yes.
And Yoshimi nods and says, I'm not going to be sleeping at all while you guys are in my house. So let me just take these on as a little project while you guys get some rest.
We'll find a way to pay you back.
Please. All right. And while you guys are having this discussion, Elizabeth has pulled down, like there's one of those like pull strings that pulls down a ladder, like in old houses. And she says, all right, here. And she then goes over to a chest, pulls out a bunch of blankets and pillows. All right, you can take those upstairs. So before you guys go up, Mary does go over to Swan Rocks and take the blanket away from his head and tuck him in nicely and also heal him. She cannot regrow his finger, but she's able to repair the rest of the damage to him. Cool. The physical damage, the psychological damage. Right. But she does lean close to him and she signs, you will survive this. And you all sort of feel a wash of that godly assurance in that statement.
I want to come over and give Mary's hand a squeeze.
Mary smiles up at you, Slake, and squeezes your hand and then gets back up to her feet and signs, let's get some rest. And you guys head up to the attic, which is full of much more scrap and material and all sorts of things, but there's plenty of room for you guys to lay out your nest of blankets and pillows and things.
Fran tries to pray to Phelan.
All right, can you give me a religion check?
Religion. 19.
All right, so you're just praying to him?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you say?
Well, I mean, basically, the last bit of communication we got from Phelan seemed pretty dire. Mm-hmm. So she's basically just like, hey, I hope you're okay. If you can get a message to me, I'm listening.
You see a very, just like a split-second image. And it looks like you must be looking at things from Phelan's perspective. You see his mother sitting next to him. He's sitting on a floor somewhere. And there's a humble but nice meal laid out in front of him. And a tiefling priest smiles and hands him a cup of tea. And then you get another feeling. And it almost feels like concurrent, like this is happening at the same time. And you are back in that laboratory, looking at the bone and metal construction happening on this monstrous aberration of a dragon. And again, you feel like you must be looking out of Phelan's perspective, and you hear his voice as he says, "Isn't it magnificent?"
Repliku. No doubles.
Repliku.
I quickly stopped praying.
That's upsetting.
Do you tell any of this to us?
Yeah, I sit up in my bedroll and I'm like, you guys, I'm really worried about this weird Phelan situation.
Did you see something?
I think he has a twin.
Another?
Wait, say that again.
I think he has a twin.
As in for me?
Corbin, this is not the time.
I'm sorry.
Mary signs, Orestes isn't technically his twin, I don't think.
I don't want Orestes.
I'm not talking about Orestes. It's Phelan, I think. Like, I prayed to Phelan and I did see what our Phelan was doing, but I also saw whoever else.
Do you want me to see if I can get Pavia to show me what's up?
Yeah, if you promise not to be weird.
I mean, I promise I won't be weird out loud.
All right, good enough.
Mary signs, that's about as much as we can expect.
It's true.
All right.
All right.
Corbin passes out.
Give me a wisdom roll.
Okay. I got a 21.
Okay. So, Corbin, you fall asleep and you open your eyes back up and you are back on the plateau where you raised Mary. And you see the rift into the void in front of you and you travel through it. And you see what was happening on the other side there. As Fran asks Phelan, "You okay?" And you see Phelan both nod and also give a más o menos hand gesture at the same time. And then you watch as Fran drags Phelan towards this rift. And you see the other Phelan stand up and watch as they leave.
What the fuck? He was split in two. He's cleft in twain. You could say.
He was clopped in half.
Exactly what I was gonna fucking say. You understand?
I got you.
We're that star up in the sky. We're that mountain peak up high. Hey, we made it. Now I can just walk for the world's greatest.
So wait, I need to remember. Did you withhold any of that information from us initially?
No, I did not.
Okay, so we knew that
You knew that Phelan, something was up with him.
Something was up.
Has the 8 hours of sleep passed?
Yeah, by the time Corbin wakes up, it is 8 hours.
Okay.
How do you awaken? Give me a little audio sample.
Silent. Oh. Yes. Like the grave, Corbin rises with his arms crossed out of his bed nest. And he...
to his feet. All the way to his feet.
All the way to his feet, yes.
Like a vampire.
And he turns and he squats next to his two beautiful friends. I'm imagining that we're all kind of like laying in a circle with our heads at the center.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and so Corbin gets into the center and he touches everyone's foreheads in rapid succession consistently.
And Mary like grabs your hand.
Well, with his other hand, he continues to touch back and forth.
Slate grabs your other hand.
He touches Fran's forehead with his forehead, and he says, Phelan has been clopped in half.
What? What are you talking about? What does that even mean? Go back to bed.
2 people now. There's two of him. I think you left one of them in the void.
Oh.
Yeah. So you brought the good Phelan back. You remember when you said he might be a little bit evil now?
Oh.
Nope, all good. But also there is my Phelan, a secondary Phelan, that is all bad.
Let's come back. Let's circle back to whose Phelan he is, but that does make sense, I guess.
Yeah, that Phelan is here.
Doing evil bidding on the internet?
Yes.
Why would going into the void create a second Phelan? We don't have a second Do we have a second Mary?
Mary sits up as she's this information, the first thing that she is hearing upon waking, and she sits up thinking about this, and she signs, "Being in the void makes gods monsters."
I mean, I think he said something about it tearing him apart, but I didn't think he meant literally.
Literally.
She nods and she signs, "I guess that makes sense as a manifestation. He's now always betraying himself." Cool. And she lays back down as she signs, and she continues to sign just cool.
Wait, which... Oh, I get it. So, like, the evil Phelan is now constantly betraying the good Phelan of what the good Phelan wants. Yo, he's gonna try to kill you, friend.
What if
Oh, God. What if he's into me?
Yeah, well...
He probably is.
He probably is.
Oh, the intrigue. This is crazy.
Fran, what the fuck?
Fran, he wants to kill you, but like in a sexy way.
In a sensual way.
Yeah. Mary,
you guys!
Mary rolls over.
Fran has her mouth like wide open, and she's like smiling, but
Corbin,
she also looks horrified
Corbin
at the same
is
time.
also excited for Fran.
Mary rolls over so that Fran can't see her hands and signs to Slake and Corbin. "Fran absolutely cannot handle dating two boys at once. We have to protect her from herself.
We
I
can't.
think more like we have to protect evil Phelan from Fran.
Honestly, that might be for the best.
What? I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little birthday boy. It's my birthday. Come on.
Not your birthday,
It's
Fran.
not your birthday. Actually,
It
wait.
feels like it.
He's probably doing war crimes right now.
Yeah, but like sexy war crimes.
No!
Hasn't
Corbin,
done a
no!
war crime or two. Anyway,
Mary signs, technically, good Phelan has also done war crimes. Though I suppose
You
she
could
sits
make
up.
an argument.
She sits up and points at Corbin. There is an argument that all of the bad things Phelan has ever done we can now blame on evil Phelan.
Yeah, it's true.
This makes your relationship a lot less complicated. For
It
him.
does.
is that a good thing?
Evil Phelan would want you to blame him. Actually, Evil Phelan probably would want you to blame Good Phelan for the...
Oh my
This is
god!
gonna be
and like,
so confusing.
Really
Good
confusing.
Phelan would probably also want me to blame Good Phelan.
Oh my god.
Oh, yeah, because he's a masochist.
I blame Bad Phelan for this.
So...
I need to go pray.
Wait, Fran, if you pray, they'll both know.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Fuck.
you can't pray to Phelan anymore, but... I
No.
wonder if we can find a way to join them again.
Stick them back together. Yeah. Put
How?
both Phalans in the same Phalan.
I don't want to be like, this is sexy, but... I'll keep my opinion to myself.
Slake just looks at you, Corbin, like, what the fuck are you even saying?
Fran also looks at Corbin, but she's kind of like, yeah.
Here's what's getting me, right? How are we gonna know which Phelan is good Phelan and which Phelan is evil Phelan? And don't tell me that we'll know because one of them's doing good things and one of them's doing bad things because we can't know the motivations.
Good Phelan is here. Or, I'm sorry, bad Phelan is here.
You're already confused.
I know, I am. Fuck. No, bad Phelan is here.
Yeah.
Good Phelan is taking
With
care of
his
his mom
mom.
because
But-
he's a
but-
good child.
But what if bad Phelan is taking care of Phelan's mom and he's playing the long game and good Phelan has to be down there here because his dad said so or something?
Good Phelan wouldn't have to do anything his dad says anymore. Good Phelan would probably try to kill Torva before coming down here.
Okay.
I mean, you know, we turned him good once.
Well, it's a good thing Fran has a gun.
Oh my god, I can't believe Phelan got clapped in half.
Every damn time!
How could this happen?
Clapped in half, dude.
Never fall in love with a boy, he'll just get clopped.
I'm gonna fall in love with the other half of that clop, dude.
Clop him up. You get
Fran's already in love with the other half of the clop, though.
He's probably like fully evil
Intrigue.
and yandere.
Oh, yes.
Oh, fuck yes. I
Even
love
better.
this other clop.
I hate that you're calling him a clop.
Phelan's clop.
Not his clone, his clop. And now you're gonna have to leave this in so that you can explain why you guys keep referring to him as a clop.
It's bonus content,
It's
Pat.
a bonus.
No, it's not because
It's
you're gonna.
not.
You're not. It's not bonus content because
Yeah.
you're gonna say this in
There's
character.
no way we
have
don't
to
meet
call
this.
him a clop.
There's no way we don't meet this Phelan and not say, "Oh my God, it's the clop."
There's no way.
There's no way.
All this has to go into the podcast
But we
now.
ruined the dramatic moment.
Yeah, well, you should have thought of that before you clopped yourselves in half.
We clopped that dramatic.
God,
moment.
maybe you should have thought of that before you clapped Phelan in
Yeah,
half.
I have no regrets about my clopping.
Well,
Well, you know, you clop, you
Clop hard,
some,
die young.
You clop hard, you die young.
You clop some, you clip some.
clip some.
clap once if you can hear me.
All of this is in the podcast. This is 15 minutes of our podcast.
Everyone's
Ten
gonna be
minutes
like,
of our podcast is about clopping.
everyone's gonna be so mad. They're gonna be like, there's no dramatic drama.
Only that one
No, you
person
guys,
will be
I have
mad,
a
and that's what they
solution.
deserve.
I have a solution. We just publish a second episode, and it's just the 15-minute clopping conversation.
Yeah.
Oops, all clops.
Okay.
If the My Little Pony fandom finds this, I'm gonna be in a rage.